Hello. Motivational strategies and changing trends. Under this podcast series, this is next episode. I'm going to tell a story. V, V for vacation. People love it when we say vacation, and if it is coming after a long time, wow. Even it is a staycation, no problem. We don't have to go anywhere. We can be with the family and friends. Today, I'm going to tell a story about my vacation, and it was a memorable one. You will like it. Long time back, I was working at client site. It was city of Louisville, Kentucky. I was working at client site, and we had an apartment rented there. I had a roommate friend with me. I was asking about vacation to my manager for a long time. Finally, he approved it. It was month of May. I still remember May 2000. He said, you can go on vacation, but from next Monday onwards, and you have 3 weeks to. That means within 1 week, I have to get ready. I have to go buy all the stuff. So many friends, families, relatives will meet, and something to buy for everybody. I was like rushing here, there. Within 1 week, I could do whatever. And I was ready. I put everything. Now the bag needs to be packed, and there we go. My flight was on Saturday, and it was from Louisville to JFK, and then next flight was there. Friday came. I was in office, and we all project mates decided to go for some quick lunch outside. We went, had lunch, came back. Everything was normal. I came in the evening. Now I have to just pack the bags, and then I was thinking like what we can do for next, and I was preparing for everything else. The story starts here. It was evening. I was not feeling something is not good after lunch. But I nothing happened. I just overlooked it. I started packing the bag. Suddenly I got uneasiness. I just rushed and vomit came. My friend was outside. He was in the outside room. He was having some support call probably. He heard it. He asked what happened. I said nothing. Probably I just said something, and then I came. I thought okay, probably something in the food. So I just ignored it. Started doing the packing again. After 15 minutes, I started again feeling the uneasiness. I was not feeling well. I was totally feeling dizzy. Again, vomit happened. And it was like it was brushing my intestine. I felt that way. It was so intense. And it kept on happening. Like I have to, the friend came and tried to help me a little bit, hold me. I had water, then I sat down. Things were not good. It kept on happening. Like 15 to 30 minutes, I was having a big vomit. It was now clear, like without any medication, it won't stop. So whatever the over-the-counter medication I had in the home, I took it. I said, told friend, I will rest, and then things should be okay. Around 10 o'clock, nothing was stopped. It was vomiting, probably a little bit later. Interval was more, but things were kept on happening. Friends told, can you have some dinner? I tried, and again things started. And it was as intense as before. We literally have no idea. I had not packed my bags, and now what to do? Still, we just ignored and let's see what happens. It will be okay. Around 12:30, I understood. It probably nothing will happen unless we have to do something. And I have not still packed my bag. I was not able to, now I was barely able to sit. And even I moved, the sick motions would start. Friends said there was no doctor, so we have to go to emergency room. Instead of, I mean, we did not call ambulance or something. We he took me in his car and then we went to the emergency room. Even it was emergency room, there was wait. I probably went in around after 1 hour, and there are two times I had the sick motion. When I was on the table, doctor came, then he checked and he said, looks like stomach bug, and it will clear out. He said, look, everything looks okay. You don't have anything else. He put saline and everything. Uh, I would say there was 2 o'clock in 2 a.m. in the morning. I was inside. It took like, doctor took like almost 1 hour to do all the stuff. The friend was waiting outside and he doesn't know what to do. We don't have the cell phones or anything else. At 2:30, I think I remember he knocked on the door and the nurse told him uh, uh, he has to stay uh, on the IV for some time. He just shouted at me that I will come in the morning, and he left. With the medicine and the IV, probably I was feeling better, and it was 7 a.m. I was able to stand up without sick motions. I told nurse that I'm feeling okay. She has to call the doctor again, and doctor discharged me. Took 30 more minutes. I requested nurse to call my friend. He came. By the time we came back in the home, it was 8:30 around in the morning. My flight was at 11 a.m. If flight is at 11, that means you should be there 3 hours before. And 8:30, I was still in home. The airport was 30 minutes away. I have not even packed it. But I was sitting without sick motion. That was the only thing. I had lost all the energy, all the power. I just put whatever I can in the bag, and then within 30 minutes, I said, I'm good. We can. The friend got a pager call, and that means support. Something was failed, some process was failed in the production. He has to attend it. He went on the computer. That was our first thing, always the priority. After 15 minutes, he understood it will take some time. So he asked me if I can call the taxi. That time there was no Uber. Like guy won't be sitting outside and waiting for you. It won't be like that. I called the taxi dispatcher and he said it will take 30 to 1 hour to come there. Around 9:45. Fortunately, friend's call was over. Taxi was not there, but I called the taxi and I cancelled it. We we get into the car and then around before 10:15 or around 10:50ish, I was in airport. The airport was big. Like my friend, like we just rushed because had no energy. He was able to help me to pull the bags and everything. We just ran and went into the first entrance. Oh my God, such a big line. Entire entrance area was filled with the passengers. We understood there was a tornado in the night and several flights are cancelled, including the surrounding airports. That means we cannot even go in. Now it was around 10:15 plus, and my flight was at 11 a.m. So we thought it might be rescheduled, or if it is cancelled, then there was a chance. We stand in the line. Around 10:30, 10:35, it was clear that the line won't get clear. It was like this. In 2000, when the airline agent is going to reschedule the flight for any reason, he will use his phone, he will be on the phone, and his 35 kbps internet, he will be doing like this. And then whenever he sees the like he can able to reschedule, he will call the other agent, and then once the handshake happens, then he will print the ticket on the dot matrix, and then uh, the next passenger will go in for the rescheduling. Line was moving very slow. 10:35, I understood nothing is going to happen before 11. Fortunately, There was another airline agent was passing by. I asked like, can I please? I just asked her like, okay, I have a flight at 11 a.m. and it's international flight. So can I do something because I don't think the airline will be clear by that time. Because I even that time the boats were somewhere I didn't know what was the status. We didn't have the cell phone to check the status real time. That situation was not there. That airline agent, she was wonderful. She was very nice. So she looked at my ticket. She said, "Come here, then I will take you." She opened another thing just for me, and she looked at my ticket. She then within 10 minutes she checked in my bags and she showed me the boarding pass. And she said, "Rush, you may get it." It was literally 10:45. It was a big lounge. I don't have any energy. I was like just pulling myself, because now the friend won't be there. Once I check in, I go in there, and he was not there. I went, kept on running like almost just before 11 o'clock because I remember it was still probably few minutes. It was 5 to 3 minutes were left for 11, and I went there. When I went to the gate, the guy said, "What?" When he looked at my ticket and boarding pass, he said, "What are you doing? The flight has already left." I told, "How? I mean, it's still 11 o'clock." He said, "No, the flight is taxiing now. You cannot go in." I asked what I should do. He said, "Now go to the counter again and check." Again, same journey back. Big airport, and I have to get in the first lounge, and the line was there. This time that agent was not there, so I had to go through the line. Took more than 1 hour when I reached the agent. He looked at my ticket. He said, "Do you want to reschedule?" I said, "Yes." He looked at my ticket. Then he said, "What? Why your flight has gone?" I mean, that was the only one of the few flights went on that day. And so he said, "The flight has gone. Why are you rescheduling it?" I told I mean, I couldn't go in. He said, that means you missed it. You have to buy another ticket. The tickets were issued by company, and I literally didn't know what to do at that. I mean, I really know what to do. There was no cell phones. That agent will can buy the ticket, but I had to first figure out what has happened. I told him that my baggage has gone. So what I can do now? Because how can he even buy the another ticket? Now he understood. When he looked back at the boarding pass, the baggage has gone. If you are from airline industry, you will understand what the situation is. They won't absolutely won't like it. The baggage has gone and the passenger has not gone. I mean, that's a very, very rare situation. It was year 2000. If it was today or sometime, they might even call the flight back. It might happen. But it was year 2000. The guy immediately called everybody, called his manager, and they came, and they understood the other agent had checked me in, and uh, probably I will get the flight, and then it has missed. Now what to do? Because the baggage has been internationally checked in and it has already gone. The flight is on the route. So they decide, okay, let's do one thing. Then he put me aside, and then they started uh, uh, again the same thing. Like the guy will be on the internet, and then he will see what other schedule and what else he can do. Almost 1 hour. Then he said, there is nothing on this airport can go before 7 p.m. because my next flight was around 11 p.m. That means I have to be there before 7 p.m. or at 7 p.m. He said, that means we have to go to another airport. But nothing is going on this airport. So how I'll go to another airport? So he checked, and then some few more calls, and then he said, okay, one flight, Delta flight is going from Cincinnati to JFK. So Louisville to Cincinnati, it was like around 100 miles. So it would take 1.5 hours by taxi. So the airline manager, he was there. He said, I will give you the voucher, and then you take a cab, and then you catch the flight from there. I mean, anything was okay. Uh, I took the voucher, and then fortunately, I had only one carry-on baggage with me because there was no way I could pull the two bags. So two bags were already checked in. I I was able to go out, and then it's the airport, so taxis were immediately available. I took it, and first time since morning, I was able to sit down calmly without the rush or anything. So that 90 minutes were good, even though tornado was there, but the roads were good. And I reached to Cincinnati. The guy in the taxi just asked me once how it is, and so I told him. Then he said, "Wow, that happened." So uh, I when I went to Cincinnati, I was able to catch the next flight at 3:30, and then I was able to reach at 6:30 in JFK. Again, it was a big walk, and those who know JFK, how big the airport is, so I had to walk a lot. I have not eaten since yesterday evening, and everything was going out. I was able to stand because of that IV medicine given. I was able to check in and it was like 8:30. I was able to some place where I could eat something and not to worry about like, okay, what's happening next. I I was very cautious because I know if I take anything, then again I don't want to start. So I took something liquids, easy, and after some time I started feeling a little better. And by the time I had the entire journey, I was probably the one which I was before. And it was a memorable incidents I would like to share with you. Please do share your thoughts or how was your memorable vacations, some way, this or that. Fun to hear that. I hope you liked it. Let me know your feedback. Thank you.